Okay, so welcome to session number 2. And today we're going to do a little bit more dynamic stretching. If you would like to get ready by getting into a comfortable seated position, maybe have some water, maybe have some cream on hand, just in just to keep yourselves a little bit more supple. So sit in I'm going to get on my mat because I'm sitting on a block right now. So sit in a comfortable seated position. You can either sit with your legs crossed or legs in front of you. I'm using a block today. If a block is not available to you today, you can use a cushion. If you want, you can use some books. It's totally up to you. So with your back nice and straight, sort of sit upwards. And we're going to take a few deep breaths. So we're going to take 3 breaths to open up our practice today. So if you can, close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. Hold it and exhale. Good. One more time, take a breath in. Hold it and exhale. Good. Take a deep breath in. Hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it. And exhale. Good. Gently open your eyes, and we're going to take our right hand and we're going to place it over our left side of the head, and we're just going to gently pull our head to the right so that you get that nice stretch. Wonderful. And come back up. And we're going to do this again twice. But try with your inhalations and exhalations. So try and inhale and pull. And remember to exhale. Good. And come back. Inhale. And as you pull down, do your exhalation. Good. And bring your head back to center and release. Give it a little quick shake. This might be your first stretch of the day. Sorry. Take the other side. Inhale and exhale. Bring your head to the left this time, or my left. And release. Take a side again. Inhale and exhale. Pull back down. And release. Inhale. Exhale. Pull your head to the right. And exhale and release. Good. Move your head from side to side. Do a few crescent moons. Movements with your neck. Being mindful not to go too quickly, otherwise you might feel a little bit dizzy. Great. When you're ready, come back to center, take both wrists, and we're just going to move our wrists both ways just to loosen them up a little bit. remembering that today's practice will be what you want it to be. It doesn't have to look exactly like mine. Your practice could look very different. And release, placing your hands on your lap. If you have a block, remove your block from underneath you and sit with your legs in front. And we're just going to do a few rotations with our ankles today. Can you? Yeah, okay, let me just. All right. There you go, you can see now. So do a few ankle rotations. I actually also always teach in black, and I don't know why, normally. So last week was a surprise. Good, and then come back to center. And we're now gonna flex our ankles back and forth. So we're gonna go pull our feet forwards and then back. Forwards and back. Forwards and back, forwards and back, forwards and back. One more time, forwards and back. Excellent. All right. So then we're going to come onto our hands and knees if this is available to you. If it's a bit painful for you, feel free to grab a cushion or a blanket for your knees. Let me move the dehumidifier out of the way. Very important in Hong Kong life. All right. So we're going to come into cat and cow pose to start off our practice on the mat. So with your hands slightly below your shoulder, in a comfortable stance with your feet facing outwards, you're going to inhale, looking down, exhale, looking up, inhale, looking down, exhale, looking up, inhale, look down, exhale, look up. Carry on in cat and cow for a few more rounds. And on your last inhalation, come back to center. So come back into tabletop. Okay. All right, so with your hands still placed on the mat, you're going to extend your right leg back. And if you have space, extend your left arm. So there's a little balancing pose for you today. Good. Hold it for 3, 2, 1, and release. Just take your right wrist and do a couple of quick rotations if that was a little bit much for you. Otherwise, you can keep your hand on the mat. And when you're ready, extend your left leg up, nice and straight. Extend your right arm. Great. Wonderful. Hold it for 3, 2, 1, and release. Good. So we're just going to come back to tabletop and we're going to move our hips from side to side. Side to side. Excellent. Very good. And then do a few circles as well if you can. Otherwise, if that's too painful for you, you can just go from side to side. Great. And when you're ready, come back into center. Curl your toes under your feet and lift your hips up into your first downward facing dog. Great. So this will probably be your first downward dog of the day, and you may feel a bit stiff. So feel free to sort of walk the dog, sort of flex your legs like so. This is actually my favorite part. Fabulous. And just sort of stretch your arms in front of you a little bit. See how much you can sort of get out of that feeling, that stretch. Good. And then come forward into a plank. And then just step forward with your feet between your feet into a forward fold. And take and let go of the mat. Take both elbows. Take hold of both elbows. Yeah. And you're just gonna swing your arms. Give yourself a little micro bend in the knees if this is a bit much for you to stand totally straight. Beautiful. And then slowly come back up into standing mountain pose. Sorry, I have a bit of a cough. I just need a bit of water quickly. All right. So coming into Tadasana mountain pose, just stand with your feet slightly apart with your palms facing outwards. And just feel what it's like, feel the sensation of your feet touching the mat. And if you want, you can also sort of rock back and forth a little bit. Just rock back and forth. Do a few sort of circular motions. I'm a big fan of circular motions today. Good, excellent. And see what it's like if you use the balls of your feet. I think it's the balls, the part of your top part of your feet, and just see, if you can sort of rock on that without putting too much pressure on the rest of the foot. See how that feels. Yeah, great, beautiful. Just remembering to catch your breath every now and then. Just try to just release all that tension, because we hold a lot of tension in our feet as well. Okay. And when you're ready, come to the front of our mat for our first few rounds of warm-up stretches. So as we did last time, we're going to put our hands in front of our heart center. Good. You okay there, Sasha? Yeah, she's good. Okay. Place your palms in front of your heart center. Bring both arms up alongside your body and arch back. You don't have to arch back too much, just arch back. And then come forward into a forward fold. At this time, bring your right leg back with you can keep your knee up, or you can place your knee down, whatever you prefer. And come into a lunge, looking forward. And if it's available to you, if your knee is on the mat or if your knee is up, absolutely no problem. Bring both arms up alongside your body. Bring both arms up alongside your body. Excellent. Bring both palms in front of your chest, and you're going to do a little twist. So depending on what your what knee is out. So my left knee is out. So I'm going to place my right elbow on my left knee. Yeah. Great. Take a breath here. And then come back to center and take your left leg into downward facing dog. Once again, walk your dog if that's needed. And come into a plank or knees on the ground. Chest on the ground. And then slide forward into an up dog position. Very good. Feeling that stretch in your lower back and your front. And curl your toes once again into downward facing dog. And this time, like once again, you're going to take your right foot, your left foot forward once again, sorry, yep. And then this time you're going to bring your arms up. And depending on your stability and strength, you can either come down and step forward, or you can just stay up and then step forward. Up to you. Great. And bring your palms in front of you, and then release. Give it a good old shake. And in yoga, as we all know, what must be done on one side must be done on the other side. So just catch your breath. Place your palms in front. Bring them all the way up and arch back. And come down into your forward fold. This time you're going to take your left leg back, knees down. Then bring both arms up alongside your body and lift your left leg back. And once you got that stability, bring your palms in front. And this time you're going to go with your left elbow to your right knee. Holding that for as long as it feels comfortable. And come back to center, palms on the mat, downward facing dog. Great, wonderful. And then either knees on the ground or just come, or full body on the ground, slide forward, up dog. Just once again, catching your breath. Curl your toes under into downward facing dog. Now this time, because this is our last warm-up exercise, just do a few more flexes with your legs. Do a few more walk the dog. And one by one, we'll do this together. Lift your right leg up into a three-legged dog. And bend your knee, and then just turn to your left if that's available. If this is not available to you, feel free to just stay in downward dog. So you should feel a stretch in your right side. And come back to the middle, stretch your leg into three-legged dog and release into downward dog. Walk the dog once again. Extend your left leg now. And bend your knee. You can stay in downward dog if that's available to you. And then just sort of gently pull your hip to the the right side. Good. Hold it for 3, 2, 1. Release, come back into three-legged dog, downward facing dog, and take a nice step forward to your where your hands are, so you're back in forward fold. Just rest there for one breath before you bring your arms all the way back up. Just straighten your arms, palms together in front of your chest, and relax into Tadasana, mountain pose. Wonderful. Give yourself a little bit of a shake. Yes, I may have made you move a little bit more today, a bit more confident. Grab some water. Yeah. I think we all need some water at this point. So we're going to come to the front, to the middle of our mat, and we're going to do some balancing poses now. So we're going to do a tree, we're going to be doing some tree poses today. If you would like to if you feel that your balance isn't quite great, feel free to use a wall or use a table, whatever you feel would be more beneficial to you. And now you can't see my head. Perils of living in a Hong Kong apartment. It's very small spaces. Okay, so I'm sure you guys are all familiar with a tree pose. So you can, depending on how you feel today, you can place your foot just on the ground. You can put it on your calf, or you can put it all the way up into your thigh. One thing I'd caution you not to do is please do not place your foot on your knee, because that will increase the risk of injuries with your knee, and we really don't want that. So for me today, my body feels like it can only go to its calves, so that's what it's going to be today. So select your level, and when you feel like you've got that balance, when you feel like you've got that balance, place both palms in front of your chest. Just catch your breath. And if this is enough for you today, you can stay here. However, if you would like a challenge, bring your palms up, all the way up over your head. Over your head. You can either stay here, or you can open up those arms into lovely, lovely branches. It would also help if you focused on one thing in front of you to help you with your balance. Just catch your breath. And when you're ready, palms together over your head, and come all the way back down, and release your leg from wherever it is. Give it a nice little shake. And we're now going to go to the other side. So place your foot wherever it feels comfortable. Remember, one side might feel a little bit different to the other side. So it doesn't matter if you can go higher or lower on either foot. So palms in front, palms all the way up over your head. Take a nice deep breath. And open up those branches, or stay rooted, as they say. And come all the way back down. And release. Wonderful. Give yourself a nice shake. Shake, shake, shake. And now we are going to come onto our mat, and we're going to come into Advasana, which is a reverse Shavasana. So instead of lying on your back, you'll be lying on your belly, if that's okay for you today. If, again, you have a bit of trouble with that, feel free to use a blanket or a cushion to help sort of make things a little bit easier. So placing your palms on the mat, rest your head on top. Turn your head to any side that's comfortable for you today. And just rest there for a few minutes. A few moments. And when you're ready, turn your forward to your palms, to your hands, so your forehead is resting on the hands. Take a breath. Exhale. Take your hands and place them on either side of your shoulder, ready for back bends. So make sure your elbows are tucked. So make sure that your elbows are sort of tucked in by your side. And we are going to do a baby cobra. Now, a baby cobra is not an up dog. A baby cobra is just a smaller back bend. So with your palms on the mat, lift your chest up. Lift your chest up slightly, and look forward. This is a much gentler back bend to those who may have a few niggles with their back. And it also opens up your chest as well. Hand release, come back down, place your forehead on the mat. Once again, inhale, lift your head up off the mat, come back into your baby cobra. Wonderful. Now, doing a quick little dynamic movement, placing both palms on the mat, push yourselves up and come into your child's pose. When you're ready, push back into child's pose. And just rest there with your chest touching the mat and just feeling that stretch all over your upper body and your knees. And just letting your body sink a little. And then come back up and into a kneeling position. Okay, and if this is comfortable for you to stay in, just move your hips again from side to side, just like side to side, side to side. Very good. And then when you're ready, swing your legs in front of you. Give it a nice little shaky situation. Okay, and we're going to take both of our feet if it's available. Otherwise, you don't have to come all the way up here. you can just go as far as it's comfortable. We're just going to do a few butterfly, but a little bit of butterfly action today. If you were interested, in Sanskrit, it's called Baddha Konasana. And it's just, I actually think that's just a really nice way of saying butterfly pose. So just move them forward. Yeah, there you go. You okay there, Diana? Diane? Awesome. You okay there, Sasha? Awesome. All right. And then when you feel like you've done enough of those butterfly flutterings, just bring both legs in front of you. Give it a shake, and we're going to do some forward bending, forward folds. So my favorite just take your knee up, give it a good hug. We love a hug. And sorry, ichthyosis problems. My foot has a bit of thick skin on it. And just drop your knee to the side like so. Nice. And just sort of exercise it a bit, just sort of like wiggle it back and forth. And because my knee isn't feeling too nimble today, I'm going to use a card deck to give me a little bit of strength and stability. So bring arms up. Just arms up, and we're just going to come all the way down to your knee or to your foot, wherever feels comfortable for you today. Feeling that stretch in your upper arms, and just breathing into that. If you don't have if you don't feel that you can stretch this far, you can also use a strap if you had a strap, and you can get exactly the same stretch. So like a belt or a yoga strap, both work fine. Maybe not a cable wire, that might break it, but you get the gist. And come back up. Release your leg, give it a shake. And we're going to do the same on the other side. So give your left leg a big hug, a good old hug, left or right leg. Give it a hug and drop it to one side. Change cards of humanity to the other side. And bring arms up. And come all the way down, or wherever your body feels like it's gonna be today. If you want, you can if you want a little challenge, you can try and bring your arms, your elbows to the mat or to the floor. But if that's not available, you can just stretch like I am today. And just giving yourself one last big stretch. And come all the way back up. And release. Okay. And shake both legs in front of you. Both legs in front of you. And this time we're going to do a full forward fold. So bring both arms up. And we're just going to come all the way down. All the way down. Lovely. Yeah, all right, yeah. Very good, very nice. This is also such a great restorative posture because you can just rest in it. And sometimes you just need that rest. And arms in front, come all the way back up and relax. So we're gonna do a couple of spinal movements. So with your palms on the mat, you're just gonna go from left to right. You're just gonna twist left to right, left to right. We'll do our lower side later on, but for now it's just the upper side, the upper portion of our bodies. Just also remembering to breathe into each movement that you do. And come back to center. Just sit up nice and just catch your breath. And when you're ready, come onto your back, lie down on your back on the mat. And have your knees sort of like perched up like so. Have your knees sort of pointing upwards, I suppose, with your feet planted on the mat. And when you're ready, we're going to come into our bridge pose inversion. So when you're ready, feel free to lift up your lower back, your sacrum, your lower back, and place your hands just below your back, and you can rest that. If this feels uncomfortable for you today, feel free to use a yoga block or use some books or a blanket once again, and you can just place it under your lower back. Wonderful. If you would like an additional challenge when you're in bridge pose, you can stabilize one of your feet. So stabilize your left foot, and you can gently lift your right leg up. But if that's not you today, you can just stay in bridge pose. Wonderful. Yes. And slowly come down, lowering your back to the mat, releasing your hands from your back, of course, and coming into a Shavasana. So releasing your legs in front of you as if you're lying down. Release, gently release them in front of you. Yeah. Wonderful. And just stay in Shavasana for a few moments before, in typical Mui fashion, she'll get you out of there. See if you can center your breath and see if you can just sort of regulate it so that you may not be breathing too quickly. So in order to do this, to just take a few deep breaths in and out. Breathing through your nose and out through your mouth. A restorative breath is always really nice. Great. And slowly come up to a seated position. Coming up to a seated position. And you're going to have your knees in front of you, like so, once again. And lean back, lean your body back a little bit, so you're just sort of like, you know, chilling out, chilling out. And we're going to do a few sort of twists. So we're just going to twist our body from left to right, left to right, left to right. Left to right. Wonderful. Wonderful. Great. And then when you're ready, come up to a seated position, cross-legged or in front, up to you. We're now going to do some upper body twists as well. So one of my favorite postures, is actually cactus arms. I wouldn't say it's a pose, but it's a movement. So to do cactus arms, because, you know, we live in mostly hot places, we're going to bring both arms up in front of us, like so. Have your alignment so that your arms are not slouching too much. Just raise them up a bit, and we're just going to go up into cactus arms. And we're just going to go from side to side, left to right. You can choose which way you choose to go first. It's not a competition. And when you feel like you've had enough, release your arms to your knees. So we're going to do a sort of a little bit of a meditation. You can either get down and lie down if you like, or you can stay seated. It's totally up to you. We're going to do a little bit of tensing and release. So feel free to take your positions. Okay. I would turn off the lights, but it doesn't make any difference. Okay, so we're going to sit up nice and straight with our backs elongated up. And we're just going to do a bit of tensing and relaxing with our upper body today, because we've done enough action with our arms, with our legs. So we're just going to ball our fists up, and our biceps and our arms, ball it up and release. One more time, ball it up and release. You'll know that when you scrunch your hands up, it can actually also help with flexibility in your fingers. So I do like to, you know, use a stress ball or just scrunch up my fists. One more time, ball them up And release. Bring your shoulders up to your ears. And release. One more time. Up. And release. Scrunch up your face. Close your eyes if it's available to you. Scrunch your eyes up. And your face, your nose, your mouth, everything. Scrunch it all up. Take a deep breath in. And release. With your eyes either closed or semi-open, or even open, wherever you may be watching this, or however you may be watching this. Just come to a easeful position and sit up nice and straight. You can use a wall if you need a bit of support. Just close your eyes or rest your eyes. And remember to take note of your breathing. Take a few breaths. And sort of bring your mind to a sort of calm place that you like, that reminds you of happy places. Just take a few moments here to sort of take in the beauty, whether it's a beach or the forest. Just take a few moments. What do you hear? What do you see? And what do you smell? As you relax into your chosen meditative location, see if you can just fully immerse yourself. Taking in the sights and the sounds. Regulating your breath as well. As you slowly draw back, you realize that it's getting darker. You're slowly going home, taking in the sights and the sounds of where you've just been. And as you walk further and further back into reality, take this time to just be thankful, or to say thanks for what you're grateful for. And when you're ready, come back to the here and now, where you are now. Gently wiggle your toes. Gently wiggle your fingers. And gently move your head if you're a little stiff from side to side. And when you're ready, feel free to open your eyes fully, taking mind of the fact that it might be a little bit bright. Great. We're going to do one last little exercise, very, very, very easy pranayama. This is going to be called the humming breath, and it's like a vibration, if you will. It's so super simple. So you take a deep breath in, and when you exhale, it's a hum. So I'll show it to you first, and then we'll do it together. So take a deep breath in. So that's a hum. So we'll do this 2 times together. So take a deep breath in. Great. One more time, last one. Breathe in. And on your last hum, gently close your eyes. Take a few deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. With your eyes still closed, just semi-closed, take both palms in front of your heart. Bow your head towards your hands. In gratitude for today's practice, gently open your eyes. Thank you for being a part of today's session, whether you're online, whether you were in person, and I hope you have a wonderful evening ahead. I'm going to have a wonderful day ahead. You guys have a wonderful evening ahead. Thank you.